Hi, my name is Samonas, and I'm here with Alexisjoyvipaccess.
Hi, Daniel. You're in the upcoming movie Brother's Keeper. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, Brother's Keeper is a story about forgiveness. Ultimately, it promotes the message of forgiveness. It's about two twin brothers. It takes place in deep South Georgia in the 1950s. And so things are very different, and it's a very different time. And these two boys are somewhat considered lower class, and so they're looked down upon in the whole town. And my character, Gordon Master, excuse me, I'm the son of the most wealthy man in town. And so I play the antagonist in the story. Without giving away too much of it, really promotes the message of forgiveness. Like, there's a whole bunch of twists and turns and scenarios. These boys are really down on their luck, and it's all about keeping your faith. And they lose it throughout the film, but in the end, ultimately comes back, and faith is really reconfirmed. My character even has a turning point too, which you'll see when you see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how is your character, Gordon Master, different from other roles that you've done?
Very not nice. And, I mean, I've played bullies before, last day summer and whatnot. I've played bad guys before, but this is like R-rated bad guy. I mean, it's a faith-based film, so it's within boundaries, but I've never actually played such a nasty person. I mean, when you see the film too, I do some things that some people are actually like, oh my God, you can do that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me it was very exciting because it was also my first very significant lead role in a feature length. And so, being out there for about a month and a week, I had time to kind of work on my character and grow with my character. So it was really like, it was the best experience I've had so far working in TV and film industry. I mean, most passionate role I've gotten to play too. When I first read the script, I bawled like a baby at least 4 or 5 times. I'm not even kidding.
Fantastic. So why do you, we all will definitely want to watch Brother's Keeper because you're in it, but why do you think that people should see Brother's Keeper?
Definitely because of our message. I mean, like I said, reading it, I cried. I was just like, oh, that's a movie. And I think we really will be able to move people and be able to spread this message of forgiveness. And also, they're working with a company, and it's called Time to Let Go. And it's all about, I think we'll change some people's lives. I do.
Absolutely. So I remember watching you in The Last Day of Summer, and since that movie was a few years ago, how much do you think that you've changed as an actor?
How much?
Yeah.
300%. I mean, night and day, I think. I mean, that was, I think, 07, right, I believe.
Yeah, 2007.
Right. I mean, the types of roles I've been able to play, and that was my third experience in, like, Disney Nickelodeon type role. And then from that, even to Wizards, too. That was such a different experience, different character and everything. I've studied with a lot more teachers since then. Definitely doing this film, it taught me a lot of great things too. Character depth and whatnot. I mean, Nickelodeon's awesome, but it's Nickelodeon compared to Brother's Keeper. I think there's a very big difference of, depth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say I've grown a lot as a person, and as an actor.
Yes, absolutely. So what do you think is the best part about being an actor?
Getting to act. No, I'm kidding. Taking on different characters. I mean, being able to, what they say, it's a common phrase, I'm sure people might know it, but the writer's job is the black on the page, and then the actor's job is the white. So that we have like 95% of the page to fill in with our, subtext, where we're coming from, like our emotions, how we see it, how we want to portray it. Of course, there's guidelines in acting, but, I mean, like, look how much white there is on the page.
Yeah.
Like, that's all the stuff that we have to create underneath. We have certain words we're made to say and actions we have to do and walk from point A to point B, but all in between, behind, you see the wheels turning. That's the real fun part, discovering a character, and then within discovering a character, I kind of learned something about myself. I never would have thought this way, but the character does, so maybe I can actually bring that into my real life. I feel, getting more and more into my acting, I just feel a lot more open-minded and open to suggestion. just, I don't know, it's such a freeing heartfelt.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So throughout your career as an actor, was there something you've learned that helped you become a better actor?
So many things. I mean, picking out something. Wow. I'm really trying hard to think. What have I learned throughout my career?
Yeah.
That can help me become a better actor? To let go. Being prepared.
Yeah.
You know, really feeling the character. The more I was able to do that and get into, instead of like, practice. I mean, you have to practice a lot of your lines down, of course. But once you get the lines down, you're comfortable with it, cool. Throw the script away and forget about that. Who am I? Where am I? Where am I from? What do I believe in? What am I against? Feeling all that stuff and learning how to get character depth, that's probably been the biggest improvement in my career.
Yeah. So can you tell us about your upcoming project?
Besides Brothers Keeper, I also did just work on another film late last year, and that's called Destiny Road. It's another faith-based film, actually, and there's 3 storylines that all, in the end, intertwine, and we all run into each other, and it kind of ties up together. But I play boyfriend, love interest, opposite of a lady named Zoe Myers. You might know her, actually. You will.
Me, yeah.
You will. And so it's one of 3 storylines. I was only out in North Carolina for 2 weeks, but that actually has a Brazil release. They have a whole following out there because that's where the writers and financiers are from and everything. Other projects. I'm currently trying to write myself. I know you want to be a writer.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have the patience for it? Because it's hard.
I do. I mean, it's a lot of work, but I love doing it, so I have patience for whatever.
Yeah, get the passion for it.
Yeah.
And in acting too, I have to have so much patience. Waiting on auditions, waiting for the right role to come.
So besides acting, you have your other ventures, like your wood designs. What made you get started in that?
Well, I've been around it for years and years since I was born. My father is a carpenter. He's also a licensed electrician and a plumber. He does everything. We've renovated every house we've lived in. He cannot help but put his hands on everything. I'm not exaggerating. He has to make some kind of adjustment somehow. And so I got to know how to use tools at a very young age. And always being around it, I'd sit up and chat with him while he was doing stuff. So I just kind of picked up on it, and he would teach me little things. I would go help him sometimes and fill holes for him, do the jobs he didn't want to do. And one day we just had a lot of scrap wood, and I decided to throw together this treasure chest. And it was kind of beat up, but it was cool. And so I got the idea from that. People saw it, and we started building spice racks. We built a spice rack for ourselves. And then this lady my mom met, it kind of just happened, because, I mean, through all these people seeing it, started saying, well, you should do this, you should try that. We wanted to shop from the Trader Joe's because they fit their spices perfectly, and then all of a sudden, boom, I started mass-producing them. Then I built this treasure chest for fun, myself. People said, hey, can you make that again? And so I made that with lighter wood, finer wood, and then it just kept going and going, and new products. People were like, oh, can you make something like this? Custom order. It just picked up, and I have so much fun doing it, despite almost losing 2 fingers. It's fun. I mean, when I get in my zone, I can be outside in the back from sun up to sundown, and sometimes without even eating or going to the restroom and being like, oh wow, yeah, I should do that. Getting busy, I just lose myself in that.
That's great. So if you can send out one message to your fans, what would it be?
You can believe it, you can achieve it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support.
Thank you.
And love you.
Okay, and last question. Now that your fans are definitely excited for all your upcoming projects, can you tell them what social media networks you have so they can keep updated with you?
Well, I am on the Twitter, of course. I tweet. I have a Facebook fan page that was recently put up. That's kind of new. It's exciting. Also, my wood design website, that's freedomwooddesigns.com. I'm on a store it's an online store that sells handmade goods called Etsy.com. I mean, that's more for wood stuff, not so much for the acting. But I have a personal site as well, Samonas.com. Also, I'm on a site called Rose Ribbon. I suggest you check that out. They have a lot of great products. I mean, a lot of really neat things that you wouldn't even imagine. These people are so crafty. That's a really neat site. So regardless, if you look at my stuff or not, just check that stuff out too, please. Because they're good friends of ours as well. So.
Okay, awesome. So thank you so much for talking with me, and make sure you all check out Daniel Samonas and his upcoming film Brothers Keeper, and make sure you check out his wood design. Thank you.